and welcome to today's episode of my Christmas advent calendar. Today I'm going to show you how I knitted this hat. So if you'd like to see how I did that, just keep on watching. So here is the yarn that I used. Here you can see the details of the yarn. And here is my needle. It is a 6mm circular knitting needle. So now we're going to cast on the stitches. So here I'm just taking a bit thread off, maybe like 1.5 meters. And then I'm making a knot. Like this. And then I take my knitting needle and pull the knot to tighten it onto the needle. So now we're ready to cast on the stitches. And the way I do this is by holding the threads like this. And then I do this. So you want to continue doing this until you have 74 stitches. So now here we have all of the 74 stitches, and we're going to join them by making the first round. And for the first couple of rounds we're going to do some rib stitching, and that means we're going to do one knit stitch like I'm showing you here, and then one purl stitch like I show you here. So now you just want to repeat that pattern, one rib stitch and one purl stitch for the entire round. And this is what it looks like. So here for round number 2, we're just going to do knit stitches above knit stitches and purl stitches above purl stitches. So we do the exact same as in row number 1 to create these rows. You can see here, so we have the purl stitches above purl and knit above knit. So here you can see the pattern a bit better. So we're going to do 9 rows in total with rib stitching. So now I'm done with my 9 rows of rib stitching, and I'm going to change color. So I'm just going to cut my working yarn, and then I'm going to join it to this gray yarn right here by doing the magic knot, and I'm going to show you right here how I do that. Like this, and then you just pull the 2 ends like that, and then you can cut the tails off, so you have no tails you need to weave in later, and this will hold, I promise. So that is how you connect another color of yarn. So now we're not going to do rib stitching anymore. Now we're going to do purl stitches. So we're going to do the opposite. That means we're going to do a purl stitch above a knit stitch and a knit stitch above a purl stitch. And this is what that looks like. So you can see we're breaking the rib lines. So now for the second row, so this is called the seed stitch, where we do a purl above a knit and a knit above a purl stitch. As you can see here, the pattern is beginning and it's easy to see it. So this is the pattern that we're going to go into knit the rest of this hat in. Just like this. You can see that is a purl. So you can kind of see it is like a zigzag pattern almost. So now I just finished that round and this is what it looks like. So I've done 3 rounds with it. Just want to continue doing that. So now here we have the hat. And we're going to close it. "30 centimeters long." So now we're going to close it. So for the first round of closing, we're going to close 2 and 2 together as a purl stitch. Like this. And you just want to do that for the entire round. So you just go through 2 loops and purl stitch them together. Like this. So go ahead and finish this round. So when you're closing your stitches, your needle might be a little too long. As you can see, mine is here. So here I'm just unevening them. So here I'm just pulling the thread to avoid any gaps. So go ahead and finish this round. So now for the second round of closing, we're going to just knit 1 stitch as a purl stitch. Like this. And then we're going to knit 2 together. Also as a purl stitch. And repeat this sequence all around. So knit 1, close 1. So for the third round of closing, we're going to close all stitches just as we did in the first one. So knit 2 and 2 together. And this round is a bit difficult to do because you have so few stitches left. So it becomes really, really tight. So I just pull my needle out like this. So you kind of split the stitches in 2. But it becomes easier to knit that way. Just like that. And now we're going to cut the thread and put it on a needle. And then you're going to take your needle and put that through all of your stitches. So the thread is going to hold your stitches when you pull out your knitting needle. Like this. And now pull out the needle and then tighten the thread. Just like that. Now you can just close it with a sewing back and forth, and you can also close it if there's any little gaps created. As I'm doing here. So when done with that, you're just going to hide the tail like I'm doing here and just cut the thread. And that was actually it. Now you're done. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial and I hope you're going to try it out. I'm going to upload every day in December until Christmas Eve. So go ahead and check some of my other Christmas episodes out if you haven't done already. And just see you next time. Bye.